Hello, it's Nikki. Welcome to another part of my Genshin Impact series. This is a return to form. This is not a character quest video. This is an Archon quest video. I'm so excited to be getting back into the thick of things. We are in the Chasm. Our last Archon quest was the Inazuma arc, so we have moved past that. I believe there's two major Archon quests down here, and then we get to come back out of all this darkness and go to the summer GAA event. So I'm very excited about that. Let's just hop right in. I have no idea what to expect. I figured I should start recording because I just came across this. I've been doing the world quest down here to try and unlock the Archon quest, and I just came upon this. Hello? What the hell is that? So this is the one I'm doing, and I want to unlock the Requiem of the Echoing Depths thingy. But Jesus Christ, what the hell is this? And why is it floating underneath Leeway? Like, what are the answers here? I don't even know. I'm just dumbfounded. It's so cool looking, but like, what is it? I have only felt brave enough to like come down here with like with my baby Ito because I was hesitating. Let me tell you, I was hesitating about really delving into the chasm without him. So I waited till I got him before coming down here because, as I predicted, it's freaking dark and scary down here with this like purple shit everywhere and everything's trying to kill me, and I can hide behind my Oni, okay? It gives me comfort. He's my safety blanket. Don't judge me. So we need to use our stone to... Girl, stand back. I still can't believe you came with us. Yay, okay. So we got one mechanism. Where is the other ones? Oh my god, it's like feeding into it. Do I want to unlock this? Like, that's the thing. Is this even a good idea? I don't think so. I have to get a picture though, because this shit looks wild. All right, here's the other... I've never seen these monsters before. Quit talking. Oh! Wait. We've seen these things before. This isn't... Oh, she's saying it's new to her. All right. These guys are tough cookies. Not too tough for my baby though. Oh, I finally got his sword, by the way. I spent money to get it. Yeah, whatever. I lost every horrible possible piece of luck on the weapon banner you could possibly have. I did. I lost the first. It's not a 50-50. Couldn't help. It's fine. Yeah, there's really no need. You shouldn't have come. Anyway, I lost that first. I'm gonna just call it a 50-50. Whatever the gotcha thing was. The first time I lost it, got a standard weapon. Then I lost again to the other weapon on the second round of pity, and so then I had to go through a third round of pity to get the fucking sword. So that's how much I love Ito. It was painful. I'm never fucking wishing on the weapon banner ever again. Stop fucking lying. Where's this third mechanism though? It's over here? I see a Gong Gong Woo over there. Combat is like less scary now. I'm not like amazing at it or anything, but it just feels nicer because I'm sure my Ito isn't even fully leveled yet, okay? But even with him not fully leveled, this is the easiest combat has ever felt for me. All right, here's the other one. It's hot. The temperature. Uh-oh. I don't like that. I see, when it's just me and the team, I only got to worry about my babies. But now that we have this adventure lady with us, now I got to worry about her well-being too now. Why is this not working? Hello. I guess we got to recharge. Okay. Do I need to have a stronger thingamajig? Oh, wait. Oh, of course it's... naturally. Alright. Ito can just raw dog this. Okay. Last mechanism. what is this? Okay, what did that do? It's really odd because I have never used like full Geo before, so I'm like figuring out how that works. Well, I guess Kai is not Geo, but you get what I mean. Okay, we did it. Oh, whoa! That dialogue went real fast. Okay, I got the gist of it though. Oh God! Did we activate it or did we break it? What the hell is that symbol? Was there supposed to be no sound? Is my game glitching again? Now be careful, you don't have an Oni escorting you back. Take the path that leads deeper in. Shining ore. Oh, this is... Don't we already have one? Huh, we have two? What's down here? Oh, why does it... Oh my God! Why does it keep getting deeper? How? How does it keep getting deeper? How? I don't want to go down there. See, this is why I feel like Ito would be perfect to have along in like a place like this, because he would always lighten the mood. You know what I mean? He'd always make you smile. Even in a dark place with very little hope and light, he definitely would be fun to have around. All right, I could drop down like a maniac. Where'd the music go? I'm scared. It's silent. Why is it silent? Oh, cutscene? Oh, we're back to voiced. Not the Dutch angle. What the fuck? Wait, the other thing that was upside down was Venti's statue that we saw with Dane. What is that? What does that mean? What is the upside down? What is that? Yeah, it does. The statue. Fuck. What does this mean? And it's purple too. The city is kind of purplish. Yeah. Well, I put that together. Agreed. Oh my god, I thought it was our brother. It's okay. Okay. We're reining it in. Hi, Dane. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm excited. Hi. Okay. Look at his eyes. Okay, no. His voice. Okay. He wasn't expecting it either? Yo. What are you doing here? What? Wait, how does he just appear? So I thought he controlled where he ended up. No? Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Yeah, you went after our sibling. Care to answer any of those questions? Fate owes me an explanation. What an interesting choice of words. What are you doing? He's just gonna brush over the fact that he went after our sibling. He's not gonna mention that. That's like question number one I have. You know what I'm noticing? Look at the similarities between Paimon's cape and his cape. I know I've mentioned this before, but like it's just like it has the 3 sections and it has the stars. Like, why is it so similar? It's making the hair on the back of my neck stand up. Okay. Oh. Wait, so all this time? Wait, so time has been like shorter for him? Oh shit. Oh. How are we supposed to predict that? Like, how, like, their choice? How are we supposed to fight against that? I don't even know, like, like, I guess I don't know enough about the lore. Maybe there's something within the magic of this world that would make it possible for us to do that. How do they do that? I thought Dane knew everything about the Abyss, but this is clearly, it's showing us that he doesn't. He's still learning himself, which is so interesting. Is it kind of similar to how we chose, like with Raiden? Like we chose to... Wait, was that the Abyss that we were in? You think? Oh my god, I don't know. Yeah, but... So he was there... Oh. Yeah, I wonder what he did with this. Huh. Yeah, we don't... He was... Aether made a bunch of accusations. Well, yeah, it did. Yeah, baby. Oh my god. Did you hear the inflection in his voice? He sounded so pained. My curse to bear. Look at her face. Whoa. Holy fuck. Witness the destruction of my entire homeland firsthand. Yeah, like what's their relationship? His voice sounds like he's in so much pain right now, like emotionally. So was Dane Aether's Paimon? Oh my god. Wait. This means so many this means so many things. My brain is exploding. I mean, I kind of guessed that they were travel partners already, but to have him like outright confirm it is a big deal. He's being more upfront with us than he was before. We did not make it together. He sounds so fucking sad.
先ほどの俺の言葉を思い出してみろ。
Okay.
仮に天意の網の推測が正しかった場合、アビス教団にとってここは転移先として設定するほどの価値があるということだ。
Oh boy. What does that mean?
アビス教団がここでこっそり何かしてるってことか？オイラと旅人の予想通りだったな。
Yeah, but like they're plotting
今
everywhere.
この瞬間もアビスの目に映っている可能性がある。
Oh, great.
やめろって。そう言われると怖くなってくるだろう。
I trust Dane, but the for now part, I guess Lumine
そこの岸壁の近くに火があ
has
るよ
more
うだ。
reservations.
そこから調べるとしよう。
Okay. Oh boy. Now that Dane's involved, I'm sitting forward in my seat. We gotta prepare ourselves for everything that's about to happen. Because I'm genuinely, I don't even know what I have a feeling that what we're gonna discover is gonna be intense. Because the last time we involved ourselves with Dane, we saw our brother. And I'm scared. Like, I want to see him again, but I'm also terrified to see him again. Oh, boy. God, it's so fucking quiet down here. It creeps me out.
ヒルチャールが寝泊まりした痕跡があるぞ。依頼で聞いた、様子のおかしいヒルチャールたちが残したのかな。
依頼？そういえば貴様たちがここに来た理由をまだ聞いていなかったな。普通の旅人なら双眼巨炎の下に来る理由などないはずだが。
I can't with his voice. I'm sorry. I'm getting so distracted.
双眼巨炎に来たんだ。ここで起こっているヒルチャールの異変を調べにな。で、ようやくその手がかりを見つけたってわけだ。
その答えを知りたいか？
What? He knows?
もしかしてダインは何か知ってるのか？
ああ、思い当たる節がある。
Yes, is this related to the city?
貴様たちが感じ取れないのも無理はない。この異様な感覚をな。ここが呪いの力を弱めているのがその答えだろう。
Oh. The khaenri'ah,
呪い。確かこの前、ダインがカンルイヤの国民として不死の呪いをかけられたって聞
Wait,
いたよな。
what weakens it? How is that, how does that work?
俺は数百年この呪いがもたらす苦痛に耐えてきた。だがこの地に足を踏み入れてから束の間の安らぎを得たのを感じている。
Oh my god. Okay, so
今この時も俺の体は強い意志で訴えている。ここに残れとな。
stay. Wait, so
そもそ
Dane
も
is in constant
どうし
pain?
てここには呪いを弱める力があるんだ？
I mean, I know he said he was cursed,
俺
but
もそれを解明したいと思っていたところだ。だが俺の知る限りアビス教団にこのような技術はなかったはず。
huh.
ああ、そういうことだ。貴様はなぜヒルチャールが仮面をかぶっているのか知っているか？
No.
水面に映る自分の顔を恐れ、それを見ないようにするためだ。
What the fuck? That's morbid.
何しろ記憶の中の自分と比べたら、それはあまりにも醜い。絶望を感じるほどのものだ。
Okay.
不死の呪い。その実態は永久的な不死を意味するものではない。
Oh my god.
元に戻る方法はないのか？
不可能だ。魔網により魂と肉体はすり減ってゆき、死という形を迎えることなく灰となる。
Oh my god, erosion. There's that word again.
ヒルチャールは己の最後が近いことを悟ると、本能的に静かで暗い場所を探す。そして数百年にもわたる苦しみに別れを告げる。
That's so fucking
呪いの
sad.
力を弱めるこの場所こそが奴らにとって最も理想的な霊宮というわけだ。
Wait, we're giving sad Lord of the
そ
Hilichurls?
んな理由があった
Stop.
なんて。
雑談は終わりだ。構えろ。
What?
どうしたんだ？
敵だ。
Oh. Okay. Just casually drops the saddest shit I've ever heard.
さっきのは一体どうして急に攻撃してきたんだ？
あれは黒蛇騎士。カーン・ルイヤの宮廷親衛隊に所属していたものだ。
Wait. Does that mean he knows them? Maybe not personally, but
宮廷親衛隊ってことはお前の部下だよな。
昔のことだ。今の奴らは強力な呪いによって支配されている。その戦い方もかつての栄光を全て捨てたものだ。
oh my
じゃ
god.
もうアビスの一部になっちゃったってことか？
先に進もう。
Okay. Didn't. Wait, who is this?
ダイン。
どうした？見逃していたか。
He's not saying anything?
待て、貴様たちは下がっていろ。こいつは他と何か違うようだ。消えた。
He called it an it.
なんなんだ？
Oh my gosh,
あの
that's so
黒蛇騎
sad.
士。何か言いたいことでもあったのか？
どういうことだ？あれを持たずに500年も自我を保てるはずがない。
Without what? What? Why give us insight into his brain and then not and not give us answers? Fuck you, HOYO-verse.
それにこの覚えのある感じ、どうも気にかかる
Oh
が。
my god, what if this was like a friend or something? Because these are his
こ
troops,
の悪
right?
夢のような最悪の中、そのような奇跡が生まれるはずもない。気のせいだろう。先に進むぞ。目指すはあの都市だ。
I don't want to know. I don't want to learn anything else. I'm okay. I don't want to know anymore. It's so sad that he has to essentially put down his own men. That's what's happening. Even if he didn't have personal relationships with them, it's still horrible. And he treats it with such a coldness.
まるで不思議な力がこの都市を覆っているみたいだ。こういう時は周りに何かしら装置があるはずだよな。旅人、オイラたちが遺跡探索で培ってきた腕を見せてやろうぜ。
Yeah, we'll see what we can find.
その必要はない。
Oh. Okay. Holy
カ
shit.
ーン・ルイヤの技術、アビスの気配、どれも俺にとっては身近なものだ。俺からすればこんなものはただの儚い泡に過ぎない。
Oh,
あ、
okay.
オイラわかったぞ。やっぱりアビス教団の秘密がここに隠されてるんじゃないか？
What was that magic he was using, though? He called it technology. Okay, look at the stars. I'm sorry. I can't shut up about this. Look at these stars, please. Why are there little stars, too, on their capes? Like, explain this. Hello. Explain it to me. Maybe because he was Aether's Paimon, right? Maybe that's why. Are they from... they're not the same, because she's like a little floating pixel person.
というか、ダインってい
Pixie
ろいろ
person,
と
not
内
pixel.
容を知ってるよな。どうりでアビス教団に目をつけられるわけだ。
おそらく必然的なつながりはない。 だが近づけば近づくほどこれらの遺跡が
Wait, an
より
even
古い
older
文
one
明
than
に由来したもの
khaenri'ah?
だとわかる。ただアビス教団に先を越されてしまったがな。
より古い文明？おいらよくわかんないんだけど。
Jesus Christ. So
ここの建築物の構造はかつてのカーン・ルイヤと少し似ている。
is it
逆さでなければより似ているだろう。
is it like
行くぞ。そこに光がある。目の前の足場を踏み外さないよう注意しろ。
was it an ancient civilization that founded khaenri'ah or something, or the grave of the guarded? Okay, sorry, I was just double checking. God, not jump
国
scares.
石だ。
I don't know
ここ
why.
はこ
That
いつら
scared
の
me.
拠点なのか？それとも何かを守ろうとしてる？
Guarding
ア
something.
ビス教団が隠そうとしている秘密がこの付近にあるのかもしれない。まずはこいつらを倒すぞ。
So they're working for the abyss. Is that what we've established? New entry. Come on, Ito. You got this, baby. There we go.
あそこの鶴登れそうじゃないか？試してみようぜ。
Vines. Oh, that violin is so beautiful and so heartbreaking. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is the way we're supposed to go.
ここにも国弱士がいるぞ。
Wait, so this is crazy. What are they guarding? I
で
didn't.
も襲いかかって
Are they
こ
trying
な
to
い
speak?
な。オイラたちを威嚇してるだけ？あ、この国弱士たち後ろに何か隠してるみたいだぞ。
Oh my god, wait. Sorry, I'm crying. Wait, are they guarding the hilichurls? That's so sad. They're guarding people that are already deteriorated. Oh wow, okay. They're still doing their duty. Oh my god. Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. This is so sad. And they're like slumped behind them. Oh my god. Why is that so beautiful and so sad at the same time? Dane said that they don't fight with honor, but like, if this isn't honor, then like, what is honor? Sorry, Coco Main, I'm currently crying in the chasm. Not today. Shit, I didn't think I would need tissues for this quest. Oh, I should have known though. When Dane showed up, I should have automatically went to get tissues. No, I don't want to kill them.
うわ、こっちに突進してきた。
Don't make me kill
こうなったら
them.
戦うしかないな。
No.
お前の出番だぜ。オラオラオラ。と。
取るに足らないわ。その命いただいたわ。
俺につけ。一人。鬼の狂気乱舞。奇襲なんざかっこ悪いぞ。ガン闘牛。
I'm sorry.
お前の出番だぜ。よっ。オラオラオラ。
守ってたのか確認してみようぜ。
I don't want to.
これって
やはりな。あの国者騎士たちはアビス教団の秘密とは関係がない。もっと早く気づくべきだった。
あのヒルチャールたち一体どうなってるんだ？
これが俺のさっき言ったヒルチャールの結末だ。廊下が進み光を嫌悪するようになったヒルチ
Fearful
ャ
of the
ールは
light?
やがて暗闇に溶けてゆく。それでも呪いは奴らを蝕み続けるがな。
でもなんで国者騎士たちはヒルチャールを守ってたんだ？
I'm sure that's what they were tasked to do. Oh, I don't want to kill them anymore.
国者騎士がまた現れたぞ。
Let's avoid it. Who is this one?
あいつ最初に突然現れて姿を消したやつじゃないか？
His armor is different. Oh,
国者騎士たちが引いた。
so they're still like
あの騎
sentient.
士が命令したのか？
ハールブダン。
Wait, he know. How did he know his name?
おい、どういうことだよ。あの国者騎士と知り合いなのか？
そうか。これが真相ならば実に悲惨なものだ。
Who's Halfdan? Halfdan.
奴らがなぜここでヒルチャールを守っているのか、貴様はその答えを知りたがっている。
Yes.
そう、国者騎士はただ義務を果たしているだけに過ぎない。今しがた俺も事態を把握したばかりだが、おそらく他の騎士に命令していたのはかつての宮廷親衛隊の若き精兵ハールブダンだろう。
それって500年前の人なんだよな。
カーンルイヤに最悪が訪れた日、俺は真っ向の剣として王宮に駆けつけた。だがその前にハールブダンという騎士にある命を下したのを俺はかすかに覚えている。
The
全て
palace.
の国者騎士に通達しろ。
Oh my
いかな
god,
る
are
ことが
you
起きようとも
fucking
カーンルイヤ
serious?
の民を守り抜けと。確かに俺たちは宮廷親衛隊の肩書きを背負っていた。だがあの悪夢のような最悪を前にして王族、名士、庶民、それら身分に意味などなかった。神々の力の前ではカーンルイヤ人という身分しか存在しなかったからな。
What the fuck? He's looking up as he says this. That is not coincidence either.
理性を失った国者騎士だが、その心の奥底では
Oh my god. They don't even have their minds, but they still at their core are trying to do what they... Oh my
この
god.
遺跡を最悪に見舞われたカーンルイヤだと思い込み、あのヒルチャールたちを助けを求める民だと信じて。俺が聞く限り、奴らの叫び声は他者への威嚇ではない。
じゃあ、あれはなんて言ってたんだよ。
Did he understand? How
聞き
did he
取りづらい
understand?
俺にはわかる。あれは古代カーンルイヤ語だ。
Oh my
奴らは
god.
こう言っていた。逃げろとな。
Oh my god. I'm really glad I chose not to wear mascara today because it would be all down my...
俺も認めざるを得ないな。500年経ってもなお消え去ることのなかったこの強い意志は絶望の底に生まれた奇跡と言えるだろ
う。おいらたちこいつらのことを完全に誤解してたんだな。
気に病む必要はない。一時とはいえ俺でさえこいつらを敵とみなしていた。上に光が見える。引き続きそこへ向かって進むとしよう。国邪騎士たちももう邪魔をしてこないはずだ。
Oh my god. That's so fucking sad. I'm gonna make it worse for myself and pull Kaya out. How about that? I seriously wish that we had commentary from characters. Like if you chose to bring certain characters, you would get special like dialogue from like, I don't know, like NPCs or like reactions or something. What I wouldn't give to know what Kaya's opinion is on all of this. Or if Dane would recognize Kaya, you know? Oh man, I'm sorry for like sniffling and like sobbing into the mic.
本当に国邪騎士たちがいなくなったぞ。やっぱりハールブダンって騎士がダインのことに気づいてくれたんだ。
Oh my god, there's some over here. Oh my god, he's laying down.
ちゃんと守られてるみたいだな。
Well protected. Shut the fuck up, Paimon. I just stopped crying. Okay. Where are we supposed to go? Lower? Go to the chamber at the center of the ruins summit. Okay. Oh my god, now I sound like I'm dying. Now my voice is all fucked. Great. Oh my god, what the hell is down there? Why is it purple?
ダイン、さっきから一言も話さないけど。
Of course he's fucking
大丈
quiet.
夫か？
気にするな。ただ昔のことを考えていただけだ。まさかこの俺を慰めようとしているのか。そんなもの俺には不要だ。
Paimon, shut the fuck up. You can hear how much pain he's in, like the inflections in his voice. He's so upset, like sad. You can hear it. It's so clear in his voice. We have to get up there. How do we get up there? Of course, Paimon being insensitive as always. Oh my god, they're everywhere. I can't, like every single time I see them like this, I just want to cry. I don't even want to hear Paimon talk about it.
この部屋には邪魔な扉がないみたいだぞ。これでようやく真ん中の部屋に行けるな。早く行こうぜ。上を見ろ、池だ。
What the hell? What the hell is that? Why is there water up there?
池の水まで逆さになってるなんて本当に奇妙な光景だな。
It's like the gravity has been reset.
ダインはあの池について何か心当たりないのか？
あの池は都市そのものと一体になっているようだ。古代文明の遺物だろう。そして俺の推測ではあれが呪いの力を弱めている。
What? The water is?
ここにいると先ほどよりも体が楽になっていくのを感じる。おそらくあの池の水には浄化作用があるのだろう。
A cleansing effect.
浄化？それってあの池の水を使えば 呪いを完全に消し去ることができるってことか？
いや、それは不可能だ。
Huh.
なんで断言できるんだよ。
So how does it only kind of work then?
俺は理性を保ったままこの呪いと500年を共にしてきた。俺
Okay.
より呪いに詳しい者などいまい。
I won't argue with you about it. That's
この呪いは世界の因果に匹敵する烙印。そして神々の呪いは人間そのものよりも格が高いものだ。
holy shit. Sorry, I just had to read that slower again just so I made sure I didn't miss
俺に
anything.
は感じる。今にもこの呪いが末端にまで浸透し、俺の一部となり、しまいには自分と取って変わろうとしていることを。
Replacing you? What does he
呪い
mean
に
by
よる
that?
侵食を一時的に抑えることは可能だ。しかし浄化となると体の一部を焼かれ灰になっていくのを想像するといい。それと同じ苦痛が体を襲うことだろう。無論浄化が終わるまで命が持つ保証などないがな。
それって死ぬってことだよな。浄化できない呪いなんてそんな。
ここから感じられる池の浄化作用は従前なものではない。呪いを抑える程度に収まっている。
そうなのか。あともう一つ気になるんだけど、あの下にある妙な装置はなんだ？周りの雰囲気と全く合ってないけど。
正直俺もあのような構造の装置は見たことがない。アビス教団が設置したと考えるのが自然だろう。もしや奴らは何かの準備をしているのか。
Well, I'm as lost. I'm even more lost than you, Dane. Oh. Is this Halfton?
なんで急に扉が開いたんだ？
Does he protect this?
こいつってハールブダンって騎士だよな。
俺に話があるのか、ハールブダン。
行っちゃった。でも今回は急に消えたわけ
Does
じゃ
he
ない。
does he want us to follow him?
ついてこいということだろう。さて、貴様たちはどうする？
Yeah.
そうだな。よし、後を追ってみよう。
My god. This is probably going to come back into play. Look at that. Holy fuck. So this is a fountain from a civilization prior to khaenri'ah, and its effects, for some reason, lessen the curse laid upon the people of khaenri'ah by the gods. I'm assuming of Celestia, because like Zhongli didn't cast it. I mean, I don't think he did. I think it's the gods above the archons. I should say archons and gods are different.
ハールブダンはここから飛び降りたみたいだな。
Okay.
オイラたちも下へ行ってみようぜ。ハールブダンはこの道を進んだ先で姿を消したみたいだな。
この先に俺たちに見せたいものがあるのかもしれない。行くぞ。
Okay.
前を見てみろ。ヒルチャールの集落の入り口っぽいぞ。入ってみようぜ。
Okay, there's like writing over here. What is that? Why is it looking at it? We'll come back to that after we go through this. I don't want to see this camp. I don't want to. Oops. Oh my god, they're laying down. Are they
質素な
dead?
ヒルチャールの集落だな。
They're like on little straw mats.
ここにもかわいそうなヒルチャールがいるぞ。
Okay,
そ
so
れにもう動い いてないやつも
They're like dead?
ハールブ団がオイラたちに見せたかったのはこれなのか？
どちらにせよ調べる価値はある。ここ一帯を調査するとしよう。
Okay.
このヒルチャールたちもう息を引き取ったみたいだ。
Become one with
い
darkness.
つも
What
大
does
声
that
を出
mean?
して騒がしいヒルチャールたちがこんな風に老いていく
Stop
なんて
it!
ヒルチャールとの思い出にあまりいいものはないけどさ。
If you can call this peace, cowering in the dark, grasping for one shred of relief.
この箱ってヒルチャールたちが食べ物を保存するのに使うものだよな。中身は空っぽみたいだ。オイラだったら少なくとも食べ物の味が恋しくなると思うけど。
It's just making it worse.
普通のヒルチャールと同じでここにもかがり火があるんだな。けどダインが言ってたはずだ。最後を迎えるヒルチャールは光を嫌うって。もしかしてこいつらも本当
Oh
に
my
最後の時
god! Paimon! Stop! What's that? Those flowers? Who the fuck left flowers?
こんな地中深くにどうして花が？亡くなったヒルチャールに手向けたのかな？
That flower looks like the one in Lumine's hair. What the fuck?
言われてみれば確かにどこかで見たことあるような。
これはカーン・ルイヤの国家インテイワットだ。かつてカーン・ルイヤの至るところに咲いていた。
So it's not just a random flower in her hair. She has the national flower of
この
khaenri'ah
花
in
の
her
開花
hair?
期間はもともと2週間しかない。だが誰かに手折られカーン・ルイヤの土から離れるとその花びらの成長は止まり固まる。
Are you
故郷の
fucking
土
for
に帰
real?
って初めて花びらは再び柔らかくなりやがて塵となって枯れる。
To dust.
故にインテイワットは勇士、つまり郷を離れて旅する者を象徴し、また故郷の優しさという意味を持つ。
So wait, oh, it was in her hair before, like when she woke up, so she didn't put it there. Oh my god, did her brother... If it's about to tell me that her brother put the flower in her hair, I can't take any more of this. So she didn't put it in her own hair, is what we're being told. Look at his face.
この花がここにあるってことはつまり。
What the fuck?
王子様、ついに同意していただけましたか。
Hey, our brother left the flowers
天理
here.
への対抗に傾倒するあまり、復興という大事な使命を
Heavenly
忘れかけてい
principles.
た。
I can't read through my eyes are watering. I can't read. What does it say?
確かに、
Okay.
こんな優柔不断なままではいけない。
Indecisive.
殿下、 装置の準備はじきに完了する予定です。ご命令を。
The device.
賞賛はどのくらい？
理論上ですとおよそ。
いや、やっぱりいい。たとえ 1% でも望みがあるのなら。
You know what makes this worse is how gentle his voice is.
俺たちも同じだ。すでに深淵に飲み込まれてしまっている。尊厳なく生きるより、あの者たちは一刻も早く循環へと戻った方がいい。これ以上いわれのない罪をあの者たちに背負わせはしない。
So-called sins. What? Wait.
そのご決断は教団にとって実に良好。
Aether, what did you do?
お兄ちゃん。
何か見ていたようだな。何を見た？
そうそう。ずっとぼーっとしてたぞ。
Look at her face.
なるほど。これが双子だけが持つ奇妙なつながりというやつか。
Special connection.
今の話によれば、奴らは装置を利用して呪いを浄化しようとしている。おそらく先ほど見た装置のことだろう。
Okay.
それに彼は復興と口にしたんだな。頑固なやつだ。やはりまだ諦めていなかったか。どうやら教団はこの地を利用してヒルチャールにかかった呪いを浄化するつもりのようだ。彼らを元に戻し、そしてカーン・ルイや復興の礎とするのだろう。
But Dane just said that there's no way to
何しろ
reverse it.
国民なくして国家とは呼べないからな。
Oh.
全く愚かな考えだ。そんな可能性 1% も存在しない。
It's exactly what Aether said. But he thought that there was at least a 1%. But Dane is saying that there's not even that.
言ったはずだ。俺はこの呪いと共に500年を過ごしてきた。救いなど決して存在しない。誰よりも俺はそれを理解している。そして呪われたら最後元には戻せない。仮に強引に呪いを払おうとすれば痛み以外に得られるものは何もないだろう。だから理性をもってして俺は何度も言い聞かせてきた。あれはもう人間ではないと。
That's horrible.
それに執着し感情を傾けすぎてしまえばやがて奴らのように偽善という名の泥沼に
Emotionally invested. Dane, I'm fucking crying. I've been crying for the past like
そうなっ
30
てしまう前
minutes.
にもっと救う価値のあるものに目を向けるべきだ。
Worth saving.
ああ、確かにそうだ。俺たちはただの雇用関係だが、向こうは貴様にとって大切な血縁者だ。何の問題もない。貴様が彼の肩を持つのも当たり前のことだ。
Well, I didn't say
だ
that.
が、貴様がどちらを選ぼうと、俺の心が揺らぐことはない。アビスを阻止することこそ、
Whoa,
俺が歩
whoa.
む道だ。それに賛同できないのであれ
He
ば、
shut down so
いっそここで
fast. Oh wow, this is canon. That's the only choice you can say. is difficult.
そうか。
Oh god. Wow. Okay, so we're getting, oh god, my voice. We're getting like fundamental Lumine core ideals right now.
どうやら初めて会った時にした3つの質問は無駄ではなかったようだ。すでに貴様は自分なりの見方でこの世界を見ている。
Well, our brother did say we should.
貴様が本心を明かした以上、俺も隠しておくつもりはない。
Okay. Give a little, take a little.
俺は今回、アビスを止めるという目的以上に、ただ、
What?
ハール武団たちの意志を踏みにじる、アビスの独善的な行為を許せない。
Directly dishonor the final wishes. Let's stick together.
アビスはいつ現れるかわからない。油断せずに進もう。
Okay. I can't take any more of this, you guys. What is what do you think Kaya feels seeing this? I have to get a sad picture. Also give me time to like collect myself a little bit. This has just been like one awful tragedy after another. Okay.
ここからでもあの逆さの都市が見えるんだな。
いや違う。気をつけろ。
I wish we could see Dane fight. Oh! What the fuck was that?
何が起きたんだ？前にあった真ん中の部屋から放たれた光か？
まだ異変は続いている。どうやらアビスが動き出したようだ。
ダインスレイなんとも執念深いやつだ。しかも天下の血縁者と再び手を組むとは。
Our Highness's kin.
前回転移網の確認が遅れ、お前をここに送ってしまったのは失態だったか。
逃げるばかりの臆病者だった貴様が俺の正面に立つとはな。
我々は殿下のご意志を貫き、邪魔者を排除しなければならない。そしてこたびこそ民を苦しめ続ける呪いを全て取り除く。
あいつらを苦しめているのは貴様たちの方だ。あのヒルチャールたちには呪い以外何も残っていない。
もう引きはせん。さあ来い、ダインスレイブ。
そのくだらない意志とやらのために命を懸けてまで時間を稼ぐ必要があるのか。死に急ぐのであれば望み通りにしてやろう。貴様たちの言う呪いの浄化、池の下にあの装置を使うつもりか。
Do not underestimate the risk of the abyss. That device can amplify the cleansing effects of the water 100-fold. Overestimated you. The plan is even cruder than I thought.
お前がずっと追いかけてたアビスの使徒、ついに倒したな。
You? What do you mean you? We did it.
雑談している暇はない。アビス教団の装置が作動した。今から破壊すればまだ間に合うはずだ。
Okay, well then let's go.
早く行こう。
Okay, I think we have to go through this scary purple portal of death. Oh my gosh, what is that?
「あれが水の浄化作用を増幅させている装置だ。
No!
間に合わなかったか。極限の苦痛に苛まれながらあの者たちは命を終えるというのか。考えろ、あれを止める方法を。ハルブだ、それをすれば貴様は一瞬で消えてしまうものかと思ったが、ハールブダンの魂は予想以上に強靭なようだ。
邪魔者め、去れ。
どこを見ている。俺を仕留める絶好の機会だ。そうだろう。
タイムスレイブ。
Baptist of the ruined kingdom.
奴を倒して装置を止めるぞ。
Okay. He's just sitting there. Oh shit. Wait. This music.
こいつはどうだ。
What the hell is that?
諦めなさい。
素晴らしき死。
進軍砕きやがれ。
万物の教師。神聖なる恩恵。
おとなしくしやがって。風邪ひくなよ。
素晴らしき死。
こいつはどうだ。
Thank God we have Kaya.
進化を遂げよ。
これ。
神聖なる恩恵。
Oh,
万物の教師。
what the hell was that?
素晴らしき死。
シュナンさんかっこ悪いぞ。お前の出番だぜ。
神聖なる恩
器用のおとりだ。オラオラオラ。
万物の教師。 真理は永久に。
どうしよう。あのアビスの司祭を倒しても装置が止まらないぞ。ハルブダン。
Let me take his place. Oh.
装置が動作している限り呪われた俺たちは本来の力を発揮できない。今この場でアビスに対抗できるのは貴様だけだ。
Oh, wow.
あいつの献身を無駄にしないためにもここで時間を使うのは得策じゃない。転移の扉と周りの光は見たか。奴はおそらくエネルギー装置を他のところに分散しておいている。そこへ行き装置を確認するんだ。急ぐぞ。
Okay.
あのアビスが設置した転移の扉を通るのか。おい、待てって。
I'll fight as fast as I can. god, they're in pain. Oh. Oh god. Okay. How do we turn this off?
あのヒルチャールたちすごく苦しそうだ。ってことはダインも同じように苦しいんだよな。
気にする必要はない。ハールブ団たちは俺よりはるかに苦しんできた。行くぞ。
この装置を
Okay,
早く
second
破壊
one.
してヒルチャールたちを苦しみから解放してやろう。
Come on, baby. Faster.
追いつけない。
Sorry, I'm not like talking a lot right now. I'm like genuinely focusing and trying to do this as fast as I can. There we go. Okay, last one.
辺りが暗くなった。真ん中の部屋に戻って確認しよう。
Oh, the portals are gone. Reach Halfdan. Oh. Oh god. Oh god, he's like slumped.
これで装置は完全に止まったよな。
ああ、焼けつくような痛みもなくなった。
オイラたちアビスの計画を阻止できたってことか？
Yeah, it seems like he's gone.
確認させてくれ。
ダインのやつかなり落ち込んでるんじゃないか？
Yeah, I can hear that.
昔の戦友とこんな形で再会するなんて。
This is rough. This is horrible.
行こう。
He's not even gonna touch him or anything. You don't want to bury him? Oh my god.
申し訳ございません。真っ向の剣ダインスレイブ様。あの時俺は民を守ることができませんでした。
いや、この500年貴様は自分の責務を果たしてくれた。今でも貴様たちは俺の誇りだ。
カーン・ルイヤは滅亡していないんですよね。だってこうしてあなた様が立っているんですから。
だから復興の必要もない。
さっきのってハールブ団の魂か？
ここには奇妙な力がいくつも集まっている。魂を目にしてもおかしくはないだろう。だがこれ以上深いところを探索するつもりなら注意する必要がある。
ああ、気をつけるよ。ところでダインは一緒に来ないのか？
さっきの装置で少なからずダメージを受けた。体が癒えるまでしばらく時間がかかる。
Okay.
そうだったのかって、そんなのとっくに気づいてたぞ。ずーっと痩せ我慢してたんだろ。ダインにも休みが必要だと思うぞ。例えば休暇を取るとか。
休 急か俺に似つかわしくない言葉だな。
The symbol. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. Like this shape. I swear to God I have.
俺にはまだなさなければならないこ
Maybe
と
was
があ
it
る。
on Paimon?
今この時も運命の初期の計画は進んでいるのだからな。ここの増幅装置もあの計画と何か関係があると疑った方がいい。気遣い感謝する、雇用主。
I wish he would stay and let us like watch over him a little bit if he's in pain and like needs to recover.
次に会う時、貴様が向こう側になっていないことを祈ろう。
Oh shit. You know whose side you're on? That felt like a warning. Okay.
まったく最後にあんなこと言うなんて根に持つにも程があるぞ。
I don't think it was snide.
お前のお兄さんには会えなかったけど手がかりはいっぱい手に入ったな。
Well, that's one way to put it. I guess this is the symbol here. Similar, not the same
旅を
one though.
続けてればいつか会える日が来るさ。そしたらちゃんと仲直りするんだぞ。
Yeah, sure, normal. Whatever that even means.
忘れるところだった。オイラたちヒルチャールの変わった行動を調べにここへ来たんだったよな。ひとまずコウフさんに報告はできるけどどこから話せばいいんだ。ここの出来事って事情を知らない人からすると複雑すぎるし、とりあえず依頼のことは忘れないようにしとこう。
Oh yeah, I can't forget about the commission. What the fuck? May glory go with you? Oh, okay, fuck you. Oh my god. Okay, well. I'm sad. I'm very sad. I'm going to take a quick break and then I will come back to record the character log bit because I need to get some water. Like my head hurts. I've been like consistently crying for like the past like hour. So I'll see you in a second. Lumine, we're gonna go straight in for the neck here. I learned so much about her in this quest. I feel like we rarely get insight into Lumine's genuine thoughts. Like I feel like Paimon voices her opinions and sometimes speaks for the traveler, but it doesn't necessarily always represent exactly what Lumine thinks, if that makes sense. But in this quest, she indisputably gave her like hard opinion on things. After the flowers encounter and she had the vision of her brother, which by the way, I'm still curious about this like connection that they have. I don't know how that's happening. Is it because her and her brother are twins? Is it something greater or more divine possibly that's connecting them, or their memories? Because we do know that memories are a core piece of Teyvat's lore, right? And that ley lines can hold memory and hold souls and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just curious as to how we were able to sense him or how we were able to see those memories, because what was interesting is whenever we've seen ley line memories in the past, like in Raiden's story quest and other examples as well, it's never had this like that yellowish tint that came over the screen during the flashback. It's like, I know it's like a tool used to show it's a flashback, and it's not like Aether's not actually just appeared in the room with them. It was meant to show that this happened at another point in time. But that yellow tint is so distinct. Like, we've never seen that anywhere else before. And like when Raiden, when we saw the ley line memories and the souls with Raiden in Inazuma, we didn't see that tint. It was a completely different thing. So I don't know how those memories were shown to us, or how Lumine was able to witness those memories. Again, like maybe it was she just has this like incandescent connection with her brother, or again, there's some other thing going on. But it seemed that the flowers in Teyvat, right, the national flower of khaenri'ah, the one that Lumine has in her hair, that those flowers, there was like a rainbow effect that came out of them, and then the screen went yellow, and then we got the memories. So was the flower the source of the memory? Can those flowers somehow, do they function kind of like the roots of like the sakura tree, or the, you know, like where they can like hold memories? Maybe not a consistent flow, because like Dane said, once they're plucked, they like die almost instantly unless you take them outside of khaenri'ah. Then they harden and they like last forever. So I don't know, is there some sort of interesting magical property to the flowers? And I also noticed too, like in Teyvat is the name of the flower, literally in Teyvat. So I'm sure that's not a coincidence. But yeah, I'm wondering if there is some sort of magical properties with the flowers itself. Also, the fact that Aether, it seemed to be implied that since Lumine woke up with those flowers in her hair, and she had no memory of putting them in her hair herself. I mean, she might, because she doesn't remember before she woke up, so she might have put them in there herself. But it's so heartbreaking at the idea that Aether put them there, especially since we know Aether woke up well before Lumine, and experienced so much before Lumine did. There's a certain like heart-wrenching tenderness to the idea that he put them in her hair as a means of, I don't know, sending her off, because he knew she would wake up, and he wanted a piece of him to be with her, or a piece of them as a sibling pair and a family, and wanted that with her as she traveled. Like, I don't know. Well, it's such a sad, tender gesture, if that is what they were implying. But yeah, I don't know what was going on there. The exchange with Aether, or at least the memories, I should say, and him being so desperate to revitalize khaenri'ah as a nation is very fascinating, especially since we're coming to understand that there are so many different perspectives to what actually happened during the Cataclysm. Like 500 years ago, we still don't really know what happened, like context. We know like baseline events, like khaenri'ah was attacked and wiped off the map. The people of khaenri'ah were punished because of their supposed sins, and not just like certain people in khaenri'ah, but everyone, including innocents, including people who whatever made the gods upset, right? Or I should say, like the divine Celestia gods, not the Archons, because the Archons answer to Celestia, right? So whatever made Celestia mad, they punished the entirety of a people for it. Which doesn't sound super benevolent, right? Even if someone in khaenri'ah did do shit that was fucking shady or horrible or cruel, I doubt the entire population of khaenri'ah as a nation of people is guilty of the exact same crime, including children, people, commoners, no one who has any sort of political power, just like regular people. Everyone was punished. So I don't know. I think that the Archon's involvement in whatever happened is still super unknown. We knew that Venti and Zhongli were there. We knew they witnessed it, but they haven't told us shit. Zhongli has said, I literally cannot tell you. Whether that's for his own benefit or because it's for our benefit, or he's trying to protect us, or he's trying to guide us to a certain way is still unknown. It's up to the player, right, to determine whether he's on our side or not. Venti is a similar situation where he kind of talks in riddles, but he always has these moments where in between his jokes and his riddles and his poetry and his lightheartedness, he'll drop a hot keyword, right? Or he'll say a little piece of advice and then smile and skip off. But there's like real intensity behind the thoughts he tries to portray sometimes. And I think it's the same goes for what just happened with Aether. We're seeing a perspective and an insight into the aftermath of the cataclysm and Aether trying to uncurse everybody. And while that sounds benevolent, he wants to remove people's suffering, right? He wants to save them. We don't really know why, other than the fact that Aether said we want to attack Celestia, we want to engage in war, or like we want to fight back, we want to get, justice for what they did. He's wanting to achieve those goals at the cost of causing the very people who apparently wrongfully bore the sins, because Aether said, the so-called sins that khaenri'ah was cursed for. So we don't know what those sins really are, and we don't know how guilty the whole population of khaenri'ah was. But even Aether's like, well, they aren't guilty of it. At least the majority of the people of khaenri'ah aren't guilty of this, or whatever the sins were, and I'm trying to uncurse them because they don't deserve it. But in trying to do that, he causes them even more irrevocable suffering. I think Lumine was pretty harsh on her, not harsh, but she was very determined in her stance that while she agrees on the fact that they don't deserve to suffer, the less than 1% chance of uncursing them by trying to burn the curse out with this purity pool of fountain water. I'm not sure what that water is or what it's from or what, especially since it's coming from a civilization prior to khaenri'ah. Him willing to essentially, and him I mean Aether, willing to cause all of the suffering for this goal. Is he really doing it for the people at that point? And I think that's what Lumine was taking her stance on. She drew the line in the sand. She's like, there's a less than 1% chance. And while hope is something that we all should carry with us and something that should guide our journey, right? What Aether did was not acting on hope. And I think that's something that Lumine recognized, and that she said, I'm not ever going to do that. And I think that's what Dane was trying to warn her against. I don't think he comes across, I think sometimes he can come across as really aloof or uncaring because of the way he's been through a lot. I think that's something that can be universally accepted, right? And he suffers presently and greatly in the past. The extent of those sufferings, we aren't 100% sure, but the way he spoke and acted in this quest was truly very heartbreaking. You could hear it in his voice, how much emotional strain he was experiencing, and how much he tried to not reveal that, or because Paimon asked a bunch of times oh, you're quiet, or why are you not talking, or are you okay? And he was always like, I'm fine. I'm not the one who's suffering the most. Which doesn't answer the question, right? But I think Lumine was trying to establish to him that I'm not going to make the same mistakes my brother did. So when Dane was warning her about emotional investment, she was like, I am invested and I care deeply about what's going on, and I want to get to the truth of things, and I want to find my brother. I want answers. but I'm not going to do those things at the cost of others. I'm not going to do those things if the price is innocent people suffering. I think that's what she was saying. And I think that's the fundamental difference between her and her brother. And I think as we get further into the story and we learn more about the actions her brother took, we'll see probably this pattern of they're very similar, right? They're parallel beings, her and her brother, two little twin sons, but the direction in which they choose to go, like the decisions, the sacrifices he's willing to make might be the same amount of sacrifices that Lumine ends up having to make, but I think the difference is what Aether is willing to sacrifice and what Lumine is willing to sacrifice. I think that's probably going to be the main difference. And that the events that Aether went through, because he said, you go through this world, you'll see what it's like. He seems to be very sure that we'll come to the same conclusion he did. And with Lumine taking such a hard stance on things, like forming her own opinion on how she wants to proceed when receiving information about khaenri'ah or the Cataclysm or other people, I think it speaks a lot to her as a person. And she's like, I'm not going to go down the same road because I have these fundamental differences to my brother. And even if she doesn't remember him to be evil or cruel or any negative thing he might appear as, because I still think she, in her heart, believes that her brother is still someone that she loves. I don't think that will ever change. That's what makes it so painful, right? And I think she sympathizes with his pain. I think that's also something that causes her a lot of suffering, is that she knows, she can see how much Aether suffers. And I think that was clear, very clear, in the memories that she was able to view of him. He wasn't loudly and bombastically declaring yes, start up the device. We got to take care of this curse. We got to end this all. And it wasn't this heroic, jousting sprint into the fray. He was very quiet. He was reserved. He was tired. And he sounded like he was just done with everything. He's been in so much pain. It's almost like he was numb to it. And he was going through with this with such a heaviness. He didn't take joy in it. There was no joy in the pursuit of this justice. It feels so defeated. And I think that's why Lumine has why she's always so broken, and her face is it shows on her face how broken she is whenever she sees these memories of him, or when she sees him in person, because he's not off the edge, unhinged, evil, muahaha. He's broken. And I think that's probably the saddest part. It's the saddest part. And I think a part of her is wary of becoming like that. And I think she has good reason to be worried about that. Because when we, in the Inazuma quest, I feel like Lumine was very defeated going into Inazuma. She was not wanting to help anybody. She kind of leaned over towards maybe actions her brother might have taken. I'm done. I'm tired. I can't give to everybody. I can't protect everybody. This denial of what they want, what she wants to actually do, which is, I feel like Lumine actually wants to save people, right? That's a goal of hers. She wants to. She cares, despite maybe the fact that she might resent herself for caring so much. I think she does. And so when we were in Inazuma and she was having this internal battle with herself, there are aspects of that maybe scare her. I don't want to ever be like that to the point where I cause people suffering, or I cause some people who are innocent to experience things they shouldn't have to experience. And Lumine is going to take it upon herself to make sure that doesn't happen if she can help it. And her sympathizing with her brother, I think because they're similar, and that maybe they're not fully human, but it is human to get tired. It is human that after so much suffering, years or thousands of years of suffering or more. There's only so much a mind can take. So human or not, right? So I think that Lumine going forward is going to experience even more pain and even more hardship and suffering. But this quality in her that she's polished, right? Because Dain recognized this in her too. He's like, okay, wow, those questions I asked you, you seem to have really formed an opinion on this world and how at least you want to continue moving through it. You have gained an ideal. And I think this ideal will help guide her and spearhead her through more events, which I'm sure will be just as heart-wrenching and difficult on the heart and on the mind. And it'll be interesting to see that carry through in future events. I don't want Lumine to suffer anymore, but I have a feeling that Teyvat is going to put her through a lot. And maybe something even worse, because I don't think this quest was like necessarily difficult on Lumine in terms of like her having to experience a level of suffering because of something she was having to do. She was just receiving information during this quest, really, and kind of gaining more context. But I just feel for her, and I feel for Aether. I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, I might be biased because he's Lumine's brother, and there's still something so human in him. You know, you can't help but see his side of things. Not that I agree with what he is doing, but like Lumine, I sympathize with his pain, and wanting to cling to hope, even if what he did wasn't an act of hope, an act of, you know, I guess, love for people. I don't know, wanting to save them, but I feel for him, and I feel for Lumine, and it makes me so sad. Those twins, they just ripped my heart out. So I hope the next time we see him, it's probably just going to be as painful. Whether we see him in a memory, like a ley line situation, I don't even know if it was a ley line, but it's odd how we saw that memory without actually engaging it in. Like, she had to touch the flower to be able to see the memory. So that might be significant. I'm not sure. It maybe just triggered something in her. But she also did the same thing when didn't she touch the dandelion as well? When she had that memory of her brother, or she like sensed him with Dain in the Storm Terror's lair, right? She sensed him, and didn't she touch something as well? So I don't know if it's like a tangible thing or it just happens. I'm not sure. I think we have to have more of this happen before we can determine a common denominator. But yeah, I think that's my thoughts on Lumine for this quest so far, because man, we learned so much, but it's just poor girl. She's in so much pain, and she just wants to like stick around. And she just wants to do right by people. Like, she's a good person at heart, but it's when you're human, this constant barrage of suffering and pain and betrayal and all that stuff, it wears down anybody. I think that's why she was so adamant on, like, I think it was sweet that she didn't want, when Dain was talking about, you know, I don't want to, when he was like shutting down on her, I think a part of her was like, whoa. He was so quick to do that, and I'll talk about maybe why I think he was so quick to do that when we officially get to Dain. But when she was like, no, we should stick together, I think Lumine's she's literally always asking people to stick with her. That's all she ever wants. She just wants support from people, which is why I am so invested in her interactions with other characters in the cast, and why I think it's easy for me to immerse myself when traveling and stuff, because I know Lumine, the character, isn't physically in my party usually, but I don't know, I feel like I'm her in spirit, and we're just all going together. So I think Lumine not wanting to be alone is also going to be a through line we will continue to see moving forward. But anyway, Dain. Okay, Dainsleif. I think we got a similar amount of a look at who he is like we did with Lumine. obviously we spend a lot more time with Lumine, right? We see her a lot more. We have more opportunities to get her reaction to things. But with Dain, he's such a mystery. But I think with the little that we do know of him, he's not an open book in the sense that it's easy to read him. But I feel like when he does let things slip, they're very profound and they speak a lot to his character. Like him talking up, whenever he talks about Aether, there is this solemn tenderness to it, and it breaks my fucking heart because I mean, I know Paimon gets on our nerves, but Dain was Aether's Paimon, essentially, right? He wasn't a floating little pixie, but he was his companion. And whenever he talks about Aether, whenever he discusses their travels together, there is that broken fondness there in his tone. And maybe it's just the VA doing a fantastic job of portraying Dain's, like, you know, torment. But I think genuinely through the script as well, like he never speaks really ill of Aether outside of Aether's actions that he doesn't agree with. Like he voices his disagreement very very clearly, but it's never a emotional negativity towards Aether. Like I feel like he disagrees with Aether adamantly and he refuses to go down that same path that Aether did. He's even going so far as moving against Aether's order, right? The Abyss order, but he always says, I'm against what the Abyss is doing. It's never, I'm against Aether. You know what I mean? There's like a very slight difference, but it's important, I think. He never ever portrays himself as opposite of Aether in the sense like a negative, like I'm against him, like I'm at war with your brother, or he's never super antagonistic when he speaks of Aether. He is antagonistic when he speaks of the Abyss order, but he's not antagonistic when speaking of Aether personally. And I think that's very interesting because we know that Aether is like the prince, right, of the Abyss order or whatever, but the Abyss Order, did Aether create the Abyss Order, or did the Abyss Order already exist and Aether was he brought into it? Like, we don't know those specifics yet, so I'm wondering, you know, what the details are with that, and how Aether even got to be the prince of the order, and like how that even happened, and his split with Dain, like what got him to the point where, was it just experiences and he just surrendered to the pain and the anger and went down this darker path, and Dain, he went to a place Dain couldn't follow because of Dain's own morals or his way of thinking. I don't know. I'm so curious. I want to know more about their dynamic, because whenever Aether spoke to Dain too in not this quest, but the previous one, in the domain, Aether, like I said, Aether accused Dain of many things, and he was like, he told us that like Dain's the Twilight Sword, and he was giving us information in an attempt to uproot maybe the trust we'd built with Dain up until that point. Like that was definitely why Aether said those things, was to, you know, make our relationship with Dain tumultuous. But there was never any, like, I feel like real malice for Dain's blood. Like, you know what I mean? There was never any true disgust or evil intent in wanting like Dain towards Dain. And I don't know. I want to know more. I want to know more about them. And hearing Dain talk about Aether always is horrible and sad. But hearing Dain discuss, or at least he did talk about it a little bit, but his reactions to Halfdan and everything about the hilichurls, learning all that lore about the hilichurls was just fucking awful. Now I'm gonna feel like a piece of shit every single time I attack a hilichurl in the overworld because, you know, great, thank you. And the thing about the masks and like looking in the water, really? That's fucking horrible. But these knights, these Abyss Knights, or not Abyss Knights, excuse me, the khaenri'ah Knights in the Chasm, you know, his relationship with Halfdan seemed to be actually personal. Like, he personally knew this man, while the other knights, were his troops, yes, but he wasn't, like, personally involved with them. The thing with Halfdan absolutely broke my heart. Dane didn't say very much about Halfdan, but I think the animators did a fantastic job of showing us, and his VA as well, in those cutscenes, did a really good job of portraying Dane's genuine emotion, because he's so flat-faced, right? He's a stone wall in front of all of his reactions. He's very good at hiding what he feels. It's probably a survival instinct he's created, not just from, whatever his travels with Aether were, but probably before that, because he's literally the Twilight Sword, right? He's the #1 shield for khaenri'ah royalty, apparently, or was. So he probably was kind of stone-faced and like really in control of his emotional makeup well before what happened. But all this suffering and war, on top of probably his previous training, exacerbated this habit of not sharing anything and not trusting anybody. But despite him being that way, him gasping and, his eyes like shaking as he's looking at Halfdan, it was just so heart-wrenching. Also his immediate reaction of, I think it was a good polar opposite to Aether, is Dane immediately, once he realizes what the Abyss is trying to do in trying to use this device to amplify this cleansing effect, his immediate response to learning this was, we need to stop this, because I refuse to cause my people more suffering. I won't have it. Like, I will not have this. And it's instantly goes for it, even at the cost of leaving Lumine behind. And he seems very invested in gaining our trust. At least it seems that way, because I think that's why he shut down so fast, is because while he wants to garner some sort of bond with us, he prioritized the people, the khaenri'ahs suffering in the chasm as these deteriorated, eroded monsters. He prioritized them in that moment because he refused to cause them any more suffering. And he said, you know what, if you want to agree with your brother, that's fine. And he even scoffed. He was like, of course, why would you trust me? He's your brother. You would trust him. You would side with him. Well, I'm going to go save my people. You can do whatever you want. And he shut down so hard. And I think you could interpret that a couple different ways, but I think personally, in my interpretation, right, this isn't canon, this is like what I think, is that it's probably a reflex from what happened with Aether. Because I don't think his split with Aether probably wasn't instant. It was probably a slow, painful, and like subtle separation where, like, bit by bit throughout their journey, they started to pull away from each other. And not because they didn't care or because they were ignoring each other, but like, it probably took a while for Dane to realize how distant Aether was from him in their journey. Like, they probably got to a point when they did break away, or when they did separate for real and like for the last time, it was probably then that Dane really realized how out of his reach Aether was, how far Aether had fallen in terms of his like mental stability or his mental health or his ideals and all that. Dane was probably, I imagine, he was maybe in denial for a while as he went through with Aether, because he's like, this is Aether, this is my charge, we're blood brothers, not like related, but like we're warriors together, we've gone through so much together, I trust him, and even if he's struggling, I still trust that he's who he is, and he's stubborn and he cares about people, he's not an evil man, I guess Aether looks like a boy, but I think that both the twins, especially after what we learned with Albedo and Chalk and who knows what the hell that means, I think Aether and Lumine aren't children. I don't see them that way, and they don't act like children, so I don't see them as children. They might be little, like physically, but I don't think they're actually mentally or emotionally kids. Clearly. But I think maybe Dane's instant shutdown was him being scarred from maybe just going through that experience with Aether and being like, well, I want to go this direction. My morals are this way, and I thought your morals were the same as mine, and when they have split, whenever that was, And he realized that was very not the case, and that Aether had changed so much. Maybe Dane is now like, well, even if I do bond with someone and I do care for somebody, I'm not equipped or inept enough to notice when they're different or they've changed, and I need to look after my own ideals. Not even himself personally out of like ego or like he cares about himself more than anyone else, but he was willing to, you know, possibly cause damage to his nurturing bond with Lumine. He was willing to sacrifice that to help his people, which is very selfless, right? So I think maybe that instant, it felt like a reflex reaction, which is why I'm like projecting all this context onto that, because, you know, it's a very real life thing. Like, I feel like a lot of people have these instant reflexes that they develop after bad relationships with people or bad experiences or traumatic things. They have this instant social reflex where it's this like self-defense mechanism where they shut down and they push people away instantly once they realize that the situation isn't as they thought it was, and they're panicking and they're nervous or they're scared even of losing that person or being hurt themselves, and they push away and try to exit the situation. But I think in this context, Dane was doing that, yes, but I don't think it was out of a selfish need to protect himself or his well-being. He was doing it because he was like, no, my people need me and I can't sacrifice. They've suffered enough. I'm not willing to let them suffer more. But I don't know. I just wanted to talk a little bit about that moment, because I think Dane is very level-headed, right? He's very calm in even the most stressful and life-threatening situations. But in that moment, he seemed more upset or more panicked or nervous or scared, or however you interpreted it. I felt that it was a slight panic on his part. That is what caused him to panic. Instead of being attacked by an Abyss Lecter or, you know, whatever enemies, that doesn't faze him at all. He doesn't care about that. That's not, or not care, but that doesn't scare him at all. But what did scare him was the possibility that him and Lumine weren't on the same page. And I think that's significant. You know, we don't have a lot to go on in terms of Dane's, you know, character. So maybe I'm projecting too far, and that's fine. But I could be proved wrong when we learn more about him. But I don't know. I like to believe, and how I interpreted that is that he had a horrible experience previously, and that shutdown was the result of that. It was an instinct reaction. And it just, to me, gave a lot of insight onto Dane as a person, as a character. So I just wanted to mention that. His relationship with Halfdan seemed to be very developed, a very personal relationship. Whether he knew him, like, it seemed he knew him well before the Cataclysm and stuff like that. Like, he seemed to have, I mean, it makes sense. Halfdan seemed to be some sort of officer above like a regular knight or soldier that the others were, because Halfdan was commanding the other fallen khaenri'ah knights, the Black Serpent Knights, right? So he seemed to be some kind of elevated officer. He might have been maybe some sort of second in command to Dane, maybe, because Dane was like the Twilight Sword, right? He was like the head honcho of the or the general, or like that kind of a position. So he probably had a slew of officers who were his second in commands and worked with different legions and all that kind of stuff. So he probably had a lot of officers under his command. But I think he had a very personal relationship with Halfdan, it seemed, because they had that, and when Halfdan's soul was dissipating, whatever that was, that seemed like a ley line memory, which is interesting, because we've seen souls and memories being kind of one and the same with the ley lines. We've seen that before, so that was definitely reminiscent. Halfdan's image was definitely reminiscent of that. And when he was dissipating, there was those flashes of like the hilichurls, and there was that flash of Dane and him holding hands, like grasping hands, like, you know, brothers on the field, you know what I mean? So I think that was also a small but significant insight on maybe Dane's life prior to the fall of khaenri'ah, And it also just served to show that Dain has truly lost everything. Like, every connection he has ever had of his previous life, anything that's meant anything to him, has been stripped from him by, the Cataclysm, Celestia, and this curse. And the curse is even taking him, his own mind with it, slowly and slowly and slowly. He says he's suffering and a piece of him disappears every day, kind of a thing. Very ominous, horrible, creeping pain. He's truly had everything stripped from him, And so to be shown this beautiful, small, short image, and the image was colored with gold and this bright light. And I talk about the colors because, there's been a lot of use of colors in these quests that I think are significant and are aligned with certain motifs and themes. And definitely, golden bright light is synonymous, I've gathered so far, with, good things, pure things that are filled with hope or reverence, that are sacred to certain characters. So I think that golden white shimmering light was a further layer proving that this person meant a lot to Dain and it was something good. Despite them being from khaenri'ah, despite them both being cursed, and despite them both living this long under the curse in very different circumstances, but still sharing the curse in their own way, bearing it in their own way, their original relation, their bond was something good. And it was something that was worth remembering with reverence, right? And Dain telling Halfdan, like, when Halfdan's like, khaenri'ah didn't fall, right? Because you're still here? Like, oh my god. It's just so fucking sad. And Dain saying, yeah. And just wanting him to be at peace, to be able to let go, and finally, not have to suffer anymore, and to depart in a way, depart this realm, Teyvat, without any tethers keeping him here, was beautiful and also very sad, because it's once again something Dain is having to let go of. He didn't even know he had it, but he had to let it go almost again, because I'm sure he's thought about his comrades before, like when the Cataclysm and everything, and the 500 or so years he's been alive and alone, with Aether and without Aether. He's probably mourned Halfdan and other comrades of his previously, but to realize all within the span of a minute that this person still was around and cognizant enough to still be acting upon his duty, to still carry the honor Dain thought the curse stripped from his people. To realize that and then lose him in the same breath is heartbreaking. It's just so tragic. Like, he had to re-mourn him. And I just think that's horrible. Like, I think part of, Dain was like, that device took a lot out of me. I need to recover. I think it was also how I interpreted it too, is that he needs time to like emotionally recover too. Because could you imagine someone you thought you lost literally years and years ago weren't actually lost in the way you thought they were? They were the core of them was still there in them, and then in that same moment you realize that they have been here all this time, suffering alone just like you. They're taken from you. And again, Halfdan's release was peaceful, right? He was able to go, and it seemed beautiful. Like, there was bright, that white light that represented something good. It was kind of bluish tinted, so it was kind of ley line-esque, which is I think what it was trying to demonstrate or show us, that it was like a ley line memory ghost thing. And the way he left, he was looking up and he was smiling. It was very beautiful, very peaceful. So it wasn't like he suffered on his way out, but man, to be able to lose someone again, just horrible, absolutely horrible. One thing I do want to mention too is just like a compliment to the voice actor. When we were I can still hear Dain's tone of voice during this moment. But when the device was activated, and Dain was like crippled by it, and he was looking up, and the way he ordered us to shut it down, like in that moment, he became a general. Like his voice was so commanding. It became so his voice is deep already, but I think you know what I'm saying. It was full of command, and he wasn't even thinking about who we were. Like, I feel like all of that just like was swept away, and he was just like, turn that off. Like, that was a command. And it wasn't because he was personally suffering. It was because, I mean, he even said, I'm not the one suffering the most. Turn it off because my people are suffering. I feel like that's what made it so strong as well, is that in that moment, he became more than he felt he has been. Because I don't think he views himself as this general, as this Twilight Sword. He doesn't carry those titles with any reverence anymore. It's just, painful thorns that just he pricks himself on, and it's just painful because it reminds him of something that's gone. But in that moment, he became those things for his people again. And I think that, again, it's just so fucking tragic. It's beautiful and how horrible it is, if that makes sense. So anyway, I really loved this quest. This quest, while it was very, very emotionally taxing for me to experience, I think so far has been one of my favorite quests, because it was so impactful, and I learned so much about Lumine specifically and Dain, and I was able to garner so much information from very subtle interactions, and I'm very grateful for that. So while I do think that I'm always going to be thirsty for more, I'm always going to be left unsatisfied, we did get a lot of lore. We did get a lot of lore. We learned so much about khaenri'ah. We have more context onto the confusion of the cataclysm, and like maybe khaenri'ah wasn't as guilty as everyone thought they were, or because in Azuma it seemed like, khaenri'ah were the ones that was attacking, like they were on the side of the abyss and the cataclysm and the monsters. Like, it made it seem like khaenri'ah was part of the problem. But this quest kind of implies that maybe they weren't. Maybe there's misunderstanding. Maybe there's context we're missing. So, I mean, there's definitely context we're missing, but you know what I mean. The complexity just widened in scope once again. So, anyway, I know I've been talking for a long time, but I just wanted to really be able to dissect my personal emotional thoughts on Lumine and Dain and Aether existing between them, because this quest meant a lot to me, and it was very impactful, and I will remember this going forward for sure. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. If you did, as always, I very much appreciate you spending your time with me. Oh my god, I cried so much. I wasn't lying when I said that I had a headache. After I finished that, and I had to end up, I took an hour break before I had to come back. When I originally recorded, I had to come back an hour later, after my headache had kind of gone down, to be able to thoroughly talk about things the way I wanted to. But yeah, I loved this quest. I still love it. Watching it, editing this footage, I was tearing up a little bit, because it was just it's so sad every time. And Dain and Lumine and Aether always break my heart. And khaenri'ah lore with the hilichurls and the masks and all that is just, it's so heartbreaking, So, and you know what? As this is current Nikki talking. I've played khaenri'ah. I know that there is more. I know there's more context on, so I won't spoil it if you haven't played that quest yet. But Aether and the Abyss, and how he was maybe sucked into the Abyss Order, there's definitely answers there. And it's so interesting to see how seeds for that conversation was planted all the way back then. So in case you missed the announcements, I'm going to be streaming tomorrow, Friday, April 28th at noon US Pacific time. And I'm going to be streaming for most of that day. I'll take a couple breaks, but I'm going to be streaming Star Rail that whole day, and probably Saturday and Sunday as well. I'm going to be on Twitch. My Twitch is down in the description now. So is Discord. If you want updates on, Twitch streams, and if you want to talk about Star Rail, because that has come out and everyone's so excited to play it, and talking about new builds and artifacts and story and all that stuff. So yes, if you want to come talk about Star Rail, you definitely can. Or if you just want to hop in the Discord to get notifications and updates and stuff, that's fine too. There's no pressure to engage if you don't want to. Same with Twitch. If you want to hop on and catch a stream, there's no pressure to chat. If you just want to hang out, that's totally fine. If you are planning to catch me on stream, I'm excited to see you there. If not, then that's okay. I will be having all my Star Rail is going to be an official series on the channel as well. So if you missed the stream for whatever reason, that's totally fine. All of that footage will be edited and an official series on YouTube, so you can catch it if you miss it. Thank you again for sticking with me. I wouldn't have been able to even stream like this without your guys' support on Patreon and all that stuff. Like, genuinely, I wouldn't be able to get half the equipment that I got my hands on without you guys. So I'm so excited to take this next step with our community. But yeah, I will see you guys either in the next one or tomorrow.